Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College. You know, this YouTube gig is starting to feel like, when I was a working musician and I played weddings and, I'd have a special song to learn for the first dance. And of course, I wouldn't know it. And, I'd learn it sometimes the very morning of the day that I'd be doing the gig. And, I'd listen to it, a recording of it. And before YouTube, sometimes it meant running up and buying a cassette tape at the store or something. But anyway, and I would learn the words and the music and sing it a few times and go off and play the gig and hope that it went well, and it usually did. So now it's kind of the same thing. I've got a request to do this song today called "Non-Stop to Brazil" by Astrid Gilberto and Stan Getz, and I didn't really know the song. So I quickly wrote out a chart, and now I'm going to quickly do a video for it. And I really like the song. I love the chromatic motion of the melody. So what chord do you play? D major 7, D dominant 7th, or D 6th? The best thing is maybe just let the melody handle that. And don't play like don't play the major 7th or the 6th or the 7th. Just play like a root and a 5th. I actually kind of like the major 7th in there, so let's do it that way. Then it goes to a minor. And the G7 I put there in parentheses because it's kind of like that, but not really. Kind of right here it goes. And then to a G major 7th, same kind of thing. And our C7th. Now you could make it like a D triad there, I think, and that'd be a nice harmony. And then we get to F sharp minor. And right here, the song reminds me so much of the song So Nice. So nice, it would be so nice. So it's, it's pretty much laid out the same way as So Nice. So I think somebody else wrote that song though. So anyway, I could be wrong. And then E 9th I put. And then kind of an A suspended there. These chords are just, a guide. You can always do, put in your own kind of variations on the chord. And then we've got D again, but F sharp is in the bass. And I would call this an F minor 6th or D minor 7 flat 5. Same chord really. And that would be a good place for an extended type of a chord there. We got the 3rd, I put the flat 9 in, the melody is the 13. All right, and then we go back and do the A section again. Now notice I'm doing a very simple bass because the jazz elites will tell you, the bass only goes like this and never goes like. But the bass is putting a lot of that stuff in on this recording, so there you go. And a lot of the time it's like bum bum, bum bum, that kind of thing. And then you go. Right there, I've just got too much room, but maybe, I'll just live with it. Doesn't sound bad. And E9 here, you could always change this 7th to a 13, and then maybe A 7th, which is suspended, and then resolve it, up to you. And here we have a D again with F sharp in the bass. I added the 9 there. I don't know why. I kind of like that change. All right, so let's check that out again. We got D. And we could add maybe a major 7 or the 9. I think the 9's probably better. That's so nice. Such a beautiful note there. Who would think to put that note on an E minor 7 flat 5 chord? Well, it's actually a very common extension. And then we have a nice A7, which we could really make a nice big chord here. All right, now we're back to the A section again. And the bass in this song does a lot of the bum bum, bum bum, even though the jazz elites will tell you that's a no-no. But you know, especially if you're playing solo piano, I think it's perfectly acceptable to do that. The bass player does something like that on the recording, and drummers typically go boom, 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 very softly on the bass drum. So why not go ahead and put it in your piano part, especially if you're playing solo? So here we go again. Now, so there you go to that G7. Now we'll take the second ending. And our ending here, D major 9, F6. You could make that F7 also. It might be that way. And if you don't know this voicing for a nice 6-9 chord, it's definitely one to learn and to practice through the cycle. Oops. And you know, when you make mistakes, those are the ones to go back and practice. Using the rootless voicings there. And then Stan takes his solo, and I believe they modulate up a half step. Yeah, and you know, when you go to that minor 6 chord, it's just like going to A flat 7th. It's kind of the same thing, whether you put the bass note in or not. Shall we cop a few licks from Stanny? Those high strings there, I want to say that might be the same arranger who did Lineman for the County, Wichita Lineman for Glenn Campbell. It has that same kind of sound to it. But, that was pretty popular back there in the 60s. Okay, that's going to wrap it for me. Great song. Thank you to Olivia for suggesting it, and I really do appreciate your support. And I will write this chart out a little neater, put it down there in the description. So while you're down there printing it out, be sure to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you again, on the next one.